Welcome, welcome by For the Passion, Not the Fashion, the YouTube channel. I'm here, Spandex Marco, talking to Billy Bio, the known guy of at the time Biohazard, but now going solo for some years already. What's up, Billy?
What's up, man? Great to be here. Thank you for having me, brother.
Okay, you're welcome. Are you excited about your new solo album?
Of course.
Yeah.
If I, if I didn't like what I do, I wouldn't be doing it. It seems to be my whole life is turning myself inside out and sharing what I have inside. From
Great.
Biohazard to Billy Bio, I just continue doing the same thing.
Yeah, I like it very much. But Biohazard is my youth. I'm a late 70s kid, so I grew up with Dynamo 95 and all those
Yep.
things. So it's really my youth sentiment. So it's great to talk to you. But about your new album, I fucking love it. I think it's a bit like Slayer meets Biohazard. It's like groovy, but it's heavy. It's very
Hey,
tight. I love it.
I love that. Slayer meets Biohazard. I love
Yeah.
Slayer, and of course, I love Biohazard. So awesome.
Yeah, I think it's this way. And how do you see this? What do you think about? How would you describe the new album to people who are not familiar with it yet?
I think that I don't know, man. I've never been big on describing my music. I just say we kind of I'm influenced by so many different types of bands, so many different
Yeah,
types of music. Obviously, metal and hardcore and punk rock and hip hop are my thing, but this record is my second record, and I think every every artist, the second record defines who they are. Like
yeah,
you spend a, a lot of time putting together that first record, but then you only have a short window to do the second record. So Urban Discipline for Biohazard was our second record. We just did a re-release of that vinyl. Um, Leaders and Liars is my second Billy Bio release. I'm working on the new second release for Powerflo. So those records they become like the heart and soul and the meat and potatoes that people really you make a little noise on the first record, but the second record people start to pay attention to what you have going on, and I feel like it's pure. Maybe I feel like I was a young kid on the first Billy Bio Reap, but now I feel like I'm a teenager with big balls and a bigger mouth.
wow. Because your music is always sounds very hungry and full of ideas.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, you already told me a little bit about your secret because listening to so many types of music is one of your secrets, probably.
There's no secrets, bro. I'm I'm
Uh,
I'm open. I'm an open book. But I would say, as far as like listening to music, I love you know a lot a eclectic group of music, but the staples, from Agnostic Front to Cro-Mags, from Metallica to Megadeth and Anthrax and
yeah,
Iron Maiden and Priest, the Bad Brains. But a lot of that music, and there's a lot of great new bands from Ginger to 10 Foot Pole,
yeah,
to so many different young bands that are coming up that I love. But the younger, newer bands, they've never been an influence on me. My influences happened when I was younger, coming up,
yeah.
and now I just write what I write. It comes out naturally, and I put a name on it. And this one is called Leaders and Liars.
It's
And
great. You back to your fans. If you had a story to tell, or anything about the new album, what would make the whole listening experience better and deeper and more special? What would that be?
wow, that's a good question.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stories behind the record. One of the important things is I don't make plans. I don't
yeah,
sit down and say, okay, this is a good business angle. It's all pure emotion. It's
yeah,
honest. It's authentic. It's real. It's me.
yeah,
Leaders and Liars It's if like if you could cut me down the middle with a fucking giant sharp knife and turn me inside out, I show you who I am. I
Yeah.
show you my deepest thoughts and ideas and feelings on a lot of different issues. But what I don't do is share anything about the pandemic. I don't
Yeah.
talk about it.
Better.
It influenced all of us. You went through it. I went through it. People listening to my voice, they went
Yeah.
through it. People watching this, we all went through the same shit, and we're still
Yeah.
going through it. So, to me, it's the past. I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't wait to go see bands play. I can't wait to jump off the stage. I can't wait to be on stage. I love the underground music scene. I feel at home there. I have a family here with my wife and kids, but
Yeah.
my family in the underground is everything, and I miss it dearly. So I have a song on the new record called "Our Scene," which deals with my love for the underground music scene and the camaraderie that we all feel, and that a lot of us miss. You
Yeah.
know, none of it. I can't. You can talk to your friends. You can go on Skype and talk to people. You can Zoom people, but that experience that we all love, going to see your favorite band play, none of us have had that, and I
Yeah.
fucking can't wait to get back to that. So the record "Leaders and Liars" is filled with a lot of authenticity. It's real. It's entertaining. It's heavy as fuck. It's catchy, but it's timely.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, the subject matters covers a wide gamut of the issues that I've been through, issues that I think a lot of us have been through.
Mm.
But I always try to find something positive out of something that is, potentially devastating and negative in your life.
Yeah. Being positive is the most important, to stay positive even in hard times,
Even more so in hard times. In these
Yeah.
2 years, we all lost a lot of friends and family, and suicide
Yeah.
rates are the worst and the highest they've ever been. Um, it's crazy. Even people losing people, in the music scene, you know,
Yeah.
your friends and peers, people who, who've lost their lives to COVID, or people who just got fed up with the situation and they
Yeah.
chose to end their own life. So
Yeah.
all those things are crazy. On top of that, we have, you guys in Europe are closer to it than we are, but the situation in the Ukraine with Russia, um,
Yeah.
the
Recently, the
yeah,
recent situation. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I know it's been going on for many years, more than our lifetime, but
Yeah.
on the surface, these things are impactful. Um,
Yeah.
so the world, as it seems to be spiraling down into deeper darkness, it's even more important to find some kind of positive, you know, energy.
Well, and
And
that's
to
music.
me, yeah, exactly. Music saves, man, and
Yeah.
so many times the darkest, deepest holes I found myself into, music pulled me out of it. Not just my own music and writing my music, which is important to me, but listening to some of my favorite bands.
The only thing I saw live from international bands in the past, in the last years, was Regan Youth. I saw in uh, uh, the beach place near San Francisco. What's the name of it? Santa Cruz.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that Regan Youth was so great with Paul, and
Ah,
so yeah.
yeah,
And no, they never tour in Europe, so I was really excited to see them in the US. So yeah,
yeah.
it's really cool. That was the only international band I see for a while, because only local bands are playing right now. So I'm really happy that American bands and international bands come over to Europe again to see them. Because it's a long time ago. For like 3 years, no international bands, at least none of them, came over.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I heard you're gonna tour in Holland and Europe very soon, in May or
Yes.
something.
This summer, we just
Yeah,
had I was supposed to be on tour there for March and April, and then
yeah.
May and June, and both of those tours got canceled. So now we're looking for the summertime.
Me too. And about now, I want to ask you. I know we already talked about it in Eindhoven back in the day, also. But as a kid from the 70s, late 70s, grew up with your music. Just watch the Dynamo show in 1995, which was was awesome. I was like 17 or 18 or something at that time. Uh, how do you look back on the great success you had over here in the Netherlands? Because I think Biohazard was the band in the Netherlands at that time. You were huge here.
I think Holland, for me, it was always like our second home. Out of all the countries we tour, Holland seems like we have the most friends. Even though I consider everywhere the audience there, it's more friends. I don't look at people as fans, but I got closer and more personal with more people in Holland than a lot of other countries. I don't know why. I think the Dutch are just more forward and more approachable. I have some great memories and great times. I can't wait to make new friends and make some more memories. But I look forward to it.
Cool. And now it's a very difficult question again, because I made some difficult questions, which are even more pain in the ass. But it's you could easily tour with another incarnation of Biohazard, but you choose to start something completely new. Can you tell us about why you did not choose the easy way, and why you did this? Because
I love doing what I do. I love playing. I love writing. I love sharing my music, my creativity with the world, people who want to listen. And when Biohazard stopped moving forward, I don't stop. I keep writing. I keep working and sharing my ideas and creating, and that will always be like that. I love Biohazard. I love playing with Biohazard. Bobby and I just talked to him the other day. Danny and I, we talk every week. We're very close. It will happen one day. Just right now, it is what it is. The pandemic changed a lot, but it's easier for me to continue working on my creativity as a solo artist, as Billy Bio, because I don't have to share my ideas. I don't have to. There's no like idiosyncrasies of a relationship. It's just one decision. If I like it, I like it. If I want to do something, I do it. So I love that. And one of the things somebody posted when I first released the first record, Feed the Fire, somebody posted something on one of my social media posts, and it said, "You waited 20 years to do a solo record," and it was kind of funny. But then it made me think, and I'm like, I look at it like I've always kind of been a solo artist. I brought full finished songs into Biohazard, and then we put the Biohazard flavor onto it, and it became a Biohazard song. And I love the way a band works together. I love being in a band with Bobby and Danny, and at the time with Evan. But there's something about having an idea in your head and having that idea become the painting that you hang on the wall, so to speak. It's like I don't invite my friends over and give them a paintbrush and a beer and say, "Go ahead, change something of my painting." I like that Billy Bio and Leaders and Liars is exactly what I feel inside. It's pure, it's untainted, it's not altered. So I really like that. If I didn't, there would have been a second record. I would have gone back to the easy way.
The easy way. That now that I can skip my next question about if you were in touch still with the Biohazard guys. You already answered that for somehow. I go further to our next question. You also toured with Blood for Blood, and at that time in Europe, people believed there was a more some still. Is there still some rivalry between New York and Boston? And what can you tell us about it?
I think that we all grew up out of that. Touring with Blood for Blood was great. I love playing with them. And I think it's weird because if anybody's gonna, I was born in Boston and raised in New York, so I have the best of both worlds. I love the Bruins, but I'm a Rangers fan.
Okay, that's
yeah. I love the Red Sox, but I'm a Mets fan. You know,
Okay,
I
cool.
don't like the
No,
I don't like the I'm not a Yankees fan, so I share that with my Boston brethren. But for the most part, those two cities are my DNA. You know,
yeah.
um, and I think that the rivalry it was a lot of stupid shit back and forth, and you know they say bad press sells, so sometimes people like to hear about the negative shit more than they like to hear about the positives. Hence why we always see the bad shit on the news. You know.
And is there some new Blood for Blood stuff coming out? And are you part of this?
No, I think Blood for Blood's over. It's
Okay.
I don't think anybody wants anything to do with that band because of you know they really did some great stuff together, and then when they took some crazy turns, that's when I was like, I'm done. I don't want to be involved
Okay.
with this, as I think the rest of the guys did. But those are questions you probably have to ask those guys.
Yes. Powerflo is an all-star outfit, which is of course awesome. The week this week was weird because you had some great. No, this was not. This was the the week when I made this question, because there was some great news that there was a new album coming up. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we've been working on this record for a while. Right now, I've been so busy with. It's a slower thing because Sendog has Cypress Hill.
Oh
Um,
wow, I love Cypress Hill.
yeah, so he's busy with Cypress Hill. I'm busy with Billy Bio, but Power Flow is kind of like Christian he's playing in Violence now, and
Oh wow,
so
violence.
it's kind of like we're all good friends who make music together. But for me as a producer, Power Flow, um, it's a little slower, and we don't. Again, it's not a business; it's real. And you know, the band was formed without even a name. We just Sendog and I would get together on Sunday nights after football and work on music, and we put this record the same way. And it's a great record. I'm still working on it. I just got some final mixes yesterday, but right now we don't have any like hard plans of when the record's going to come out. But it'll come out this year, and it's fucking killer.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm a big Cypress Hill fan for a long time, and uh,
yeah,
about rap, talking about rap, you know Biggie Small.
yep.
He's I love
Rest in
I
peace.
just yeah, he was sounded a little bit soft. The music was a little bit too much R&B, but I was he had such a special style, and he comes from New York, so I was talking about hip hop. I said Biggie Small, yeah, he was
Yeah,
for me he was awesome in my opinion, but that's something else. uh, anyway, you the tour was cancelled due COVID. What did you do in the meantime? I think writing a lot of music, or
yeah. I own a recording studio
yeah,
in LA.
yeah,
It's called Firewall Studios, and I produce a lot of bands.
yeah,
So besides working on Billy Bio and Powerflow, I work with a lot of other bands. There's a new a band I've been producing for years
yeah.
called Cutthroat. Just
Got
finished
through.
their record. It's fucking great record. That'll come out later this year. A bunch of other bands from Della Die to Yard of Blondes, Count Time, um, J Theory, uh, a lot of other bands. So I kept myself real busy. I have another band called Viral. Um, I think what I spent most of my time on was working on Billy Bio now, and so this record, Leaders and Liars, is definitely um, a result of the pandemic and the
Yeah.
time home. You know, it was the first time in my life that I was ever home to see every birthday. You know, to be able to sing every birthday, to be home with the family and friends for every holiday. Some of
Yeah.
them we spent locked in our homes, but I was home and it was great. One of the things I did too, cool, I would love to share. I documented one of the songs that ended up becoming the first single of Leaders and Liars called "One Life to Live," and I did. I had Toby from H2O guest on the song, but I documented, and I didn't know for a couple songs in the record, I would put my phone down and I would
Yeah.
record. I would write me playing guitar, and the birth of a song would happen, and I kept documenting the progression of that song, "One Life to Live," and I posted that to my Patreon, which is Billy Biohazard, and I did a small clip it like that's 3 minutes long of the birth of the song. But there's a series on my Patreon that shows like people always like, how do you write? Because I play everything. I play drums, I play bass, I sing, play guitar, piano, keyboards. Um, but the song captures like the birth, like the first riff idea, the first lyric, the first words, the first drum beats, and it's pretty interesting, pretty cool how to see how I put my music together. But I shared that on my Patreon. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Patreon was another thing that I also got into. I never liked, I never understood the benefits of like a thing like Patreon, for example. I always looked at those things as like a money grab where bands take advantage of people who really look up to you. And that's not something that I liked. I don't do VIP tickets. I look forward to getting off stage. I look forward to being on stage, but when I'm off stage after the show, I look forward to going and shaking people's hands and meeting them at the merch booth and saying hello and thanking them and sharing stories or seeing old friends, making new friends. But one of the things that always, it seemed to always bother me was that it seemed like every time that I'm shaking somebody's hand and talking to them about something, there was always somebody else that would pull me and they'd say, Billy, come with me, take a picture. And I want to give everybody my time and my attention and share what we want to talk about. And I realized through a friend um, that Patreon gave me that opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation, to talk about things, to share stories, and not have somebody distract us or pull me away.
Yeah.
So that's something that I put a lot of energy into. It's pretty cool.
This is your full-time way of living. You live for music fully. This is the only thing you do, your studio and your bands, or do you have another? Can you live fully from music, and is that your everything? Yeah, it's a really weird question, but I want to
No,
ask.
I of course. So the music industry, I think, bro, is
Yeah,
probably the biggest industry um, that took a hit. The entertainment world,
yeah,
film and commercials and TV,
yeah,
and the music. The difference between the music industry and the film industry
yeah,
is the music industry is artists,
yeah,
usually independently funded, um, and the TV industry is a huge corporation. So there's an unlimited amount of money. It's
yeah,
crazy. So as an artist, it's been difficult. Um, I think having things like the studio and Patreon helps me be creative and
mhm,
continue surviving as a creative.
mm.
And I'm thankful for that. You
Yeah,
know,
I
my
believe.
my my Patreon followers, not followers, my Patreon brothers and sisters, I look at them. It's like I've always, and you know me, we've been friends for years. I'm very approachable. I consider everyone that I know a friend. And if I don't know you by name, I want to know your name. And that's
Yeah,
the difference, I think, between the real and the bullshit, right?
yeah,
But it's kind of like, so if you were in Los Angeles and I saw you at a club and you were in my neighborhood, I'd say, hey, come over to the house for dinner, for
yeah,
drinks, hang out. But the Patreon, it's like it's the closest of my friends, the closest of the people who support me and like what I do. It's like if I have a party, everybody's invited, but the Patreon, they're gonna sit with me at my kitchen table and
cool.
eat my food like I share with everybody else. But they're gonna see me,
Yeah,
drool a little bit and see
yeah.
the food fall out of my mouth. They get a little bit more personal look at who I am.
That,
So having those opportunities are cool. I have a strong, awesome wife who supports me, and we support each other. So it's important, especially it's always important to have a strong support network. But being an
yeah,
artist, the people that are in your life and having them understand
mhm,
and you have to understand that they have to deal with your bullshit because being an artist, it's not, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs
yeah,
mentally and creatively, economically and physically. And the people that don't get the credit are usually the ones who suffer most, like my kids and my wife. I think now after 2 years being home, they can't wait to get rid of me.
Yeah. You never shied you away from being by harder subjects about politics. What is that keeps you busy? It seems you keeps you busy that you can't stand racism or hate or like people judge about each other for no reason. That's something I really like about Biohazard for all those years about your music and like the only shades of gray. Like
Yeah.
it's something. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. What keeps
Awesome, brother.
yeah.
You get it.
That was with Creator also. That's the reason I love Creator also. That plastic people, plastic music, plastic people, like only real, like real from the heart. And yeah. Hey, to my last question. And
Yeah.
a next question. We have this bar in Tilburg. It's called Little Devil. That's my hometown metal bar.
Yep.
It's really small and cozy. Really, what do you want? Would you like this to be in such a small club, or what do you prefer, a bigger stage or the smaller ones?
Let me tell you this. You know me.
Yeah.
Looking behind you, I see that collection of CDs and
Yeah.
are those cassette tapes? Wow, all your vinyl music collection. I would play your fucking living room, bro. It doesn't to me. It doesn't matter where I play. I'm who I am. You could put me on
Yeah.
stage at Dynamo in front of 120,000 people,
Yeah.
or your living room in front of 12 people. You're gonna
Yeah.
get the same person. It's the
Well, that's
same
cool.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So to play Little Devil, or is that the name of it?
That's Tilburg, and that's a little small metal bar. And it was the hometown bar like of guys like Fozzy and who died. My brother, he was
Yeah.
like he always was a guard for me ever since I was a young kid. Always was around with him,
Yeah.
and also Frank and all the guys, Bert, and this is our place. Little Devil. It's the hometown metal
Yeah.
bar and punk bar of Tilburg, and we would love to see you playing there and have a drink with you there. But
Let's do it.
yeah, I will ask. I think who's booking who's your tour manager in Europe?
MAD. I work with MAD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell him Little Devil in Tilburg. That would be a great pleasure for me and my friends, I think. And then
Awesome,
you can
brother.
play the next time. We can have a barbecue in my garden and then have a little acoustic set in my garden. Would be great. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, dude. Life's too short. I can't wait for things to open back up so we can do all these cool things.
Thank you very much, Billy. It was a pleasure to have you, and I'm very happy to talk to you again after Sound of Revolution a few years ago, and now we are back on YouTube again. Have you seen my the magazine? I didn't give you the magazine. Where did I give you the magazine, or did I send you the magazine where we did the interview?
No, I
Okay,
don't think so.
can you give me a postal address so I can ship you a magazine, or give you one when you are on tour? I can bring you one.
Of course, I could do both. I think I have your email here. It's
Mhm.
editorial@grimgent.com, right?
No, I will. It's I'm not sure, but I can give you my information in a private
Oh,
message.
and Skype. Yeah, Skype. You can
Yes,
Skype it.
and then
Do that.
I can bring you a magazine and let's meet up again and bring you
Awesome.
some Tilburg Schrobbelaar. I don't know. No, you're not a drinker, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
You are a drinker? You drink sometimes? Still?
I was sober up until the pandemic.
Oh, okay. No, well,
My wife said to me, who knows if we're gonna live past next month? Have a beer. I said,
that's
okay.
true. That's true. That's true. Okay,
And
Billy.
my most memorable, I have a lot of memories from Holland, but the
Mhm.
coolest drink memory is Coca-Cola and beer. That
Mm,
is amazing.
that's and Mazout. It's very much also in Belgium. It's great.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first time I saw you in open air was in 19. I already saw you in the clubs here in Noorderlicht Club and in
Yep.
013, but I also saw you in a Grasspop Metal Meeting 1997, and that was a festival where, Belgium is, and there they drink a lot the Coca-Cola with beer. That's very common there, but we drink it too sometimes. It's very tasty. So thank you very much, my friend.
Hey, good to see you again, bro.
For the passion, not the fashion, like, share, subscribe now, and thank you, Billy. Having a wonderful evening, a wonderful day. It's only in the morning here, there, and greets to everybody, and we see you on tour. Thank you very much.
Brother. Thanks again. Peace, everybody.
Yeah, peace. Ciao.
Ciao.
Wow!